Afternoon, folks. This is going to be my attempt at a quick re-review of the Max ginger beer. Now, this is the non-alcoholic ginger beer. They do make an alcoholic ginger beer along with all their other beers, but they've recently re-released or relaunched their sodas with 40% less sugar. Interestingly, normally when people do this, they put new and reformulated and what have you all over the packaging, but this seems to have been done very subtly. There's just a little 40% less sugar, and here on the back of the bottle it's fairly prominent, but I haven't seen much publicity about it. But 40% less sugar, they're talking about 40% less sugar than Coke, which is up over 10 grams or 10% sugar. This is down at 5.9 grams of sugar per 100 millilitres, and so it really is quite a significant change. So if you want to know any more about Max or the background, check out my previous review from 2017. But this is $5 or $6 for a 4-pack of these 330ml bottles with the unusual Max tear tab. Same sort of opening mechanism as your Bundaberg ginger beer and their other soft drinks. So apart from the sugar, they've also changed the formulation quite a bit. Previously it used to be 3.5% ginger beer base, which was ginger, water, sugar, yeast, lemon juice concentrate and rosemary extract. Now you've got the 5.9 grams of sugar, brewed ginger, that's all they say, flavours and malic acid. So unfortunately the bad news is that you've still got what we must assume are artificial flavours in there, and brewed ginger is a little bit, you don't really know quite what that is. You'd expect in ginger beer one of the ingredients to be ginger, and then for it to be brewed. Brewed ginger sounds a lot like some sort of concentrate which they then dilute with sweet fizzy water. But there you go. Anyway, let's carefully open one of these things. Wait a little bit. Ooh, this one's very difficult. You want to be careful that you don't cut yourself because the edges on these things are sharp. It does say tip before opening, which I did before I started the video. No head, obviously, soft drink, a little bit cloudy. It smells nice and gingery, but then most ginger beers seem to have managed to get that one way or another these days. Not overly carbonated, and to be fair, it's actually very similar to the previous Max ginger beer, but obviously not quite as sweet. I find that this does mean that if you drink it straight after something like Bundaberg or Coke, you will find that it's a bit thin, a bit sort of watery. But if you drink it regularly, you do get used to it, and like anything, we're programmed to enjoy things that are sweet, have a lot of fat in them, and to some extent, if you try to get less sugar or fat in your diet, it's a question of getting used to it. And this is quite a meaningful reduction in sugar, and so if you do like ginger beer and you drink a fair bit of it, it'd be well worth trying this one and seeing how you go. There was some research put out recently saying that New Zealand soft drinks are actually sweeter than the international norms, which is just a shocker. There's plenty of very sugary soft drinks out there. If you've been to the States recently, you'll be well aware of that. So quite why they need to put more sugar in the New Zealand versions, I honestly don't know. Haven't tried this. What I'd like Max to do is to create a slightly more complex ginger beer. Call it luxury if you like. One that's aimed at adults with this level of sugar. Perhaps something with some real lemon juice in it, as opposed to malic acid. Perhaps a bit more ginger, because this smells fairly gingery on the nose, but the ginger hit is really pretty mild and doesn't really stay that long. Schweppes have an extra spicy version of their ginger beer. They have just the standard one and an extra spicy. I don't find the Schweppes extra spicy really that impressive, but there are certainly some ginger beers out there, including Bundaberg, which have a much better ginger flavour. Unfortunately, a Bundaberg is right up there with Coke, so it's a lot sweeter as well. It'd be nice to see a ginger beer without any artificial flavours as well. But anyway, if you're at all interested in reducing your sugar intake, give this one a go. I'd give it 7 out of 10 probably, but that is with an extra point for what is a genuine reduction in the sugar level. So be interested to know what anyone thinks in the comments. Enjoy what you drink, and cheers.